We're here at the American Fig Company Farms where we grow over 165 varieties of figs in Zone 6, Northwest Arkansas. Now, why do the figs look like this? Why are we doing all this growing in this manner? Well, I'm going to tell you, so stay tuned. For starters, why are my figs cut back to the ground and why are they covered in mulch? Well, like I said, we're here in Zone 6. Figs don't grow as trees here, they grow as bushes. And we don't actually grow the trees for the fruit at all. We actually grow them so we can get all these different varieties to you guys. So in a colder climate like Zone 6, 5, 6, 7, you have to cut these fig trees back to the ground and cover the root systems to keep them nice and toasty and warm through the winter months. Now, there are people who try to wrap their figs, but when you have as many figs as we do, that is not the best direction to go, and there's no guarantee they're actually going to survive the winter. So that's something to think about. This way is a pretty foolproof method. We've never lost a fig yet. So if you're thinking about growing a fig in a cold climate, keep this method in mind. Now, when it comes to mulching these trees, you can see I've opted for the wood mulch here. I really like it. It's well draining and it keeps the roots nice and toasty. You can also use things like straw, or if you have a lot of trees on your property, you could use the leaves and just mulch them up. But I like the wood mulch. It's a foolproof method. So it's a little more work whenever you're having to go out and do all of this. We actually bought a tractor to be able to do this. So if you're looking for a lighter option, I would definitely go with the straw or the leaf mulch. We've done it all three ways. All three ways work perfectly fine. But wood mulch just it's a little better draining. And so it takes away any chances of root rot happening if you have a rainy season away. So wood mulch is my #1 option, but if you're looking for the lighter option, straw or leaf mulch is great as well. Now, what's up with all this black matting right here? This is a weed barrier. This is just simply going to keep out any competing weeds with the root systems of the figs. I've found that the trees grow very slow if you allow weeds to come up and encroach on the fig's space. So this is just keeping those weeds down, keeping the weeds away, and giving these roots every opportunity they have to spread out and allow the plants to grow as fast as possible. Now, also here, you can see this black tubing. This is 1/2-inch irrigation tubing, which we have put to a little spout over there with water, and that's how we water our figs. We hook them up to a timer, and in severe, severe droughts is the only time we have to water these things. Or if we've got newly planted trees, they do need a little help in the first season or two, and then after that, they usually do pretty well. So like I said, extreme drought, you may give them a little bit of water if you notice those leaves really drooping, but outside of that, figs are very drought tolerant. They're great plants to grow. They don't have a lot of pest issues. Something we do deal with occasionally would be ants, and that's just one of those things where they all kind of seem to go to like a sacrificial fruit. So if there's a fruit that has a marking on it or it's leaking juices or something, it seems like all the ants want to go to that one and you're left with all the other fruit. So ants aren't really a big deal, just kind of wash them off and you're good to go. But not a lot of pests in a colder climate. Now, warmer climates, it's a different animal. But this is how we have to grow figs here. Now, instead of using this weed barrier, you could actually just go like we do in our food forest. And if you haven't seen our food forest, we have a ton of videos on it where it's just all mulch, whether it's leaves, straw, wood mulch. We use the mulch as a weed barrier instead. It breaks down, turns to compost, and feeds the plants over time. So it's taking that maintenance away as well, keeps the weeds away, allows all the plants to grow really well. So either get a weed barrier, keep those weeds away from the trees, or use a mulch all over the place and your plants are going to do great. So these are my greatest tips that I have for growing figs in a cold climate. If you haven't already, check out the AmericanFigCompany.com where we sell over 165 varieties of really awesome figs. Like the video, share with any of your friends who are wanting to grow, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.